March 17th, 2025, Meerut, India. A 27-year-old woman, Muskan Rastogi, arrived at her parents' house. Her parents welcomed her, but something felt off. She looked sad, disturbed. Her father, sensing something was wrong, gently asked, "What happened?" After a moment of silence, Muskan spoke. "My husband was murdered." Her father froze in shock. Without wasting a second, he grabbed the car keys and took her to the police station. As they drove, he asked, "Who did this?" Muskan hesitated, and then she confessed, "My boyfriend killed him." Her father couldn't believe what he just heard. His own daughter was involved in a murder? Without another word, he drove straight to the police station. He knew something was terribly wrong, and the truth needed to come out. At the station, Muskan was asked to explain everything. With trembling hands and a heavy heart, she confessed. Her words sent shockwaves through the room. This was not just another crime. What she revealed was so disturbing that it stunned the entire nation. Saurabh Rajput, Muskan's husband, was a merchant Navy officer based in London. He married Muskan in 2019, a love marriage that was not initially accepted by his parents. Despite the tensions, the couple built a life together and had a 6-year-old daughter. From the outside, their family seemed perfect. But beneath the surface, something much darker was brewing. On March 3rd, 2025, Saurabh visited his mother's house for dinner. His mother, happy to see him after months, prepared his favorite dishes. He enjoyed the meal, spent time with her, and then left for his house. That was the last time his mother ever saw him. Days passed. Weeks went by. Saurabh never returned. Then 15 days later, Muskan walked into the police station. What had happened to him in these missing 15 days? The truth was far more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. Muskan had a friend named Sahil. They were schoolmates, but after school, they lost touch. In 2019, they reconnected. At first, it was just friendship, but slowly it turned into something more, an illegal relationship. With Saurabh away in London, Sahil frequently visited Muskan's house. No one suspected anything until 2021. That year, Saurabh discovered the truth. When he found out about Muskan and Sahil, it led to constant fights between the couple. Their marriage was falling apart. This was the real reason they considered divorce in 2021. But for the sake of their daughter, they decided to stay together. At least that's what everyone believed. But the reality was different. This wasn't the end of their problems. It was just the beginning. Muskan promised Saurabh that she would end her affair with Sahil. Wanting to believe her, Saurabh trusted her once again and returned to London. But Muskan never kept her promise. Sahil continued visiting her house. Their relationship grew stronger, and soon Sahil introduced Muskan to drugs. At first it was occasional, but over time they both became heavily addicted. From London, Saurabh found out everything. He was furious. He told Muskan to end it all. Sahil, the drugs, everything. But Muskan refused to listen. His constant pressure only made her angry, restless, dangerous. She started to see Saurabh as a problem that needed to be eliminated. Muskan knew that Sahil wouldn't agree to murder easily. She needed a way to manipulate him. That's when she got an idea. Sahil had a deep obsession with black magic. He often talked about it, spent hours researching online, and truly believed in its power. Muskan saw this as the perfect opportunity. She fed into his beliefs. She told him that Saurabh was evil, that he was a negative force in their lives, that they had to get rid of him. Slowly, Sahil fell into her trap. He became convinced that killing Saurabh wasn't just necessary. It was destined. Together, they started to plan his murder, and soon their twisted fantasy would turn into a horrifying reality. From November 2024, Muskan and Sahil began planning Saurabh's murder. They communicated secretly through text messages, carefully deleting their conversations after every discussion. Muskan took meticulous steps to prepare. She illegally purchased sleeping pills and sedatives from medical stores using a fake prescription. She even bought machetes and plastic bags from the local market, carefully avoiding suspicion. Then in March 2025, Saurabh returned to Meerut to celebrate his daughter's birthday. Muskan and Sahil knew This was their chance. The time had come to execute their plan. On March 3rd, 2025, Saurabh came home after having dinner at his mother's house. He had no idea that his own wife had already planned his death. That night, Muskan laced his food with sedatives. Saurabh ate the meal, unaware of what was hidden inside. Slowly, the drugs took effect. His body grew heavy, his vision blurred, and soon he fell unconscious. Muskan didn't hesitate. She took a knife and stabbed Saurabh in the chest. Again and again. She made sure he was dead. Then she called Sahil. Together, they dismembered Saurabh's body, cutting him into pieces. They stuffed his limbs and torso into plastic bags. But his head and hands, Sahil took those with him to his own house. After dismembering Saurabh's body, Muskan and Sahil packed the remains into plastic bags. But they needed a place to hide it, at least for now. So they stuffed the body under the very bed where Muskan slept every night. For an entire night, she lay above her husband's lifeless remains. The next morning, they bought a large barrel. One by one, they dumped the body parts inside. To contain the foul smell, they poured cement into the barrel, sealing it shut. With the evidence hidden, they decided to take a break. 2 days later, as if nothing had happened, they left for Himachal Pradesh. There, they celebrated Holi, laughing, playing with colors, and enjoying life. As if they hadn't just brutally murdered and disposed of a man. They stayed there for a week before returning to Meerut. Back home, they decided it was time to dispose of the barrel. They hired a few men to help move it. But there was a problem. The cement-filled barrel was too heavy to lift. The men struggled, and their suspicious behavior caught the landlord's attention. Sensing something wasn't right, the landlord confronted Muskan and ordered her to vacate the house immediately. With nowhere to turn, Muskan finally went to her father for help. But instead of covering for her, her father did something she never expected. He took her straight to the police station. There, under immense pressure, Muskan finally broke down. She confessed everything. Muskan and Sahil were arrested. Their twisted crime sent shockwaves across the nation. People were outraged. As the trial continues in court, the nation demands justice for Saurabh, a man betrayed by his own wife, a father robbed of his future, and worst of all, a 6-year-old girl left without a father and mother, all because of an illegal affair and drug addiction. What do you think about this shocking case? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this case intriguing, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more spine-chilling crime investigations.